Happy Monday, we're going on a run. Start the week off right, let's go. What are you wearing a hat? I am just back from my run. My face is still absolutely tomato coated, but we did the run, so I am super proud. It is my first run of 2026 and probably the first time I've been out on a run in months. It's been a long time. I really wanted to do 3K, but for some reason my Apple Watch changed it from kilometers to miles, and whilst I was running I could not do the maths. So I ended up doing 2.91 kilometers, and we did it quite slow because me and Joe both went together, so we were chatting the whole time, and that was 23 minutes 57 seconds, which, do you know what, I am quite happy with, and maybe over time I can get that a little bit quicker, hopefully. But now I'm starving. It is lunchtime and I am gonna have this nutrient dense cocoa chai mousse, what am I full, from M&S, because I've not tried it before, and I'm gonna pop in a few blueberries. And apparently it's high in fibre. I've been trying to get a bit more fibre in my diet, hence why you've seen lentil soups and whatnot in my previous videos. But let's give this a try because I've heard it is delicious, and I've never tried a chia pudding, never mind a chocolate one. It's usually the texture that puts me off. This one is a bit more mousse textured rather than some of the chia puddings. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Maybe it's chia. I'm going to say chia. Some of the chia puddings are a bit more watery and frog spawny, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but it is quite nice. I can definitely eat it. I go through these phases where I can't eat certain foods. So for example, I'll have loads of eggs and then one day I'm like, I can't eat eggs anymore for a little while. Same goes with yogurt, that's a big one. And this mousse has almost got that like sour yogurt taste. So if you like a yogurt or you like a mousse, then you'd probably love this. But I think for now I'm gonna have to just get through it and get back to work because I did my run on my lunch break. So, are you sad because your daddy left? He's coming back. I'm here. I'm aware that my hair is still absolutely shocking, so let's move on from that. I have finally just put in an order for the correct wool so that I can actually start knitting, hopefully soon. If it comes tomorrow, that would be amazing, but if not, probably Wednesday. And I've done extensive research this time, and by extensive research, I mean endless scrolling on TikTok. And everyone is saying the most affordable and best wool to start with for the sweater that I'm gonna do is Drops by Nepal, so we're gonna try that one. And fingers crossed, I like the color. I just went for a bog standard neutral. A lot of them were actually out of stock, and I tried to see if there was anywhere in Edinburgh that stocked them, but I don't think there is. And I'd rather get one that's not super expensive for my first knit, just in case. I also have not long had my breakfast, which I had at 12 o'clock, but 2 hours have passed and I'm now ready for lunch. So I'm gonna go and grab some soup, some good soup, because I feel like I need to refuel. I'm feeling very hungry today. And I've got some soup left over from the other day. I'm really just in a soup mood at the moment. I'm gonna make another bowl today, and I found a recipe that is curried red lentil, which I think will be, like I was saying earlier, high fibre but also a little bit different and super tasty. It sounds right up my street. But that is the soup on, and that is how easy it was. I'm so thankful to Past Me for saving a bowl. I've actually got 23 minutes before my meeting, so I'm gonna quickly try and put the soup on. It is this recipe from New York Times app, which I've said before, I am loving at the moment. It is providing so much inspo when I've been in a bit of a recipe rut. And it is this curried coconut and red lentil soup, which I think sounds divine. It takes 10 minutes to prep apparently and 35 minutes to cook. So I reckon I'll be able to get it done. Okay, let's cook quick. In the name of speed, I'm gonna leave you out for this one, but I will do a little time lapse and we can taste it together maybe later on because I'm gonna have it tomorrow properly. Okay, I think that's it made. Let's try it together. It came together quite easily, so I'm hoping this tastes good. And it's meant to come with a chili crisp on top, which I wasn't gonna make, but I just looked at the ingredients and it's super simple. And I do already have everything, so I am gonna make it. That's really good. I definitely need salt though. Okay, now we're cooking. All it needed was some salt. And that is us sorted for the next few days. I really enjoyed working in town the other day, so I've come back in. However, the weather is absolutely stinking. But either way, I thought I'd bring you along today to see where I go, what I get up to in town, even though most of the time I will be sat down on my bum working. Firstly, I'm gonna head over to Blank Street because I said I would go and meet my friend Zoe. So you're pretty much here, so I'll go and find her. It's the popping up, it's hilarious. That's so good. I guess we go into the castle, or will it be back to that? Had a lovely little catch up in Wellington, and I'm now moving on to another cafe just to do some more work because I don't want to overstay my welcome. Coffee in Wellington is really good. I think I'm just gonna set up shop in like a Pret or something where they probably won't mind me working for a good couple of hours. Still feel so congested and I still look really weird with my hair straight. The only downside to actually working in a cafe is I consume way too much coffee, so I'm gonna have some caffeine free in here. Okay, I'm taking a quick break from work because I want to go and try out a new spot for lunch. Roti King has just opened, which is like a Malaysian restaurant, and I was meant to be going there on Thursday, but I'm going to go today instead. Loads of people rave about this place, so I've got high hopes, and I'm really in the mood for just like a nice warm bowl of food. And to be honest, they couldn't have got a better location because look where they are. Right on the corner here, right next to Waverley. That was exactly what I was looking for, a nice spicy and creamy bowl of laksa with a nice crispy roti on the side. But I am stuffed now and I'm going to head home and finish up work for the day.
Well, I got the York Savage.
Look how good that looks. Are they both the same? Not for you, Benny. We're going on a birthday walk. Let's go. Do you know what I'm really in the mood to listen to? Robbie Williams.
There's an angel
I'd argue that that's the best CD you could have been given in this car.
All the one song. The rest of it shit.
Turn Back Time's not bad.
Yeah, they're alright, but they're not like...
Cause I have been told I'm loving angels instead.
We're having a quick fuel stop and then we're gonna go to Blackford Hill. Joe has planned the whole of today. Is that my glasses that are dirty? Yes, probably. Gosh, they need a clean. And I need a new pair. Joe has planned the whole of today, so yeah, we're gonna go on a walk with the dogs to begin with, which I'm surprised their little heads are not popping up. There's a little head. Hi. Hi, Penny. It's also such a nice day, so I think it's going to be a good view from the top, and it's one of my favourite spots that is not usually overly crowded, which is always a win. Also, I think I'm going to do a video on everything I got for my birthday, but this is one of the jumpers that Joe got me from M&S. And I love it! Too much for my sore legs. I shouldn't have done the gym. Ooh. The end is in sight. Go. Yeah, I am absolutely not dressed appropriately. I'm fucking cold. It's stunning. Yeah, stunning view, but let's go down quickly. And that is where we're going. Back to the car. Oh, she's steep. This is not going to be good for the knees. Ah.
Oh, we like the cake. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Love it, you can just sing it instead. Sing.
Happy Mo Day to you. Happy Mo Day to you.
What about pen? Yeah. Tiniest steak I've ever seen. It's quite funny though. I think that's good for well. This is future me post-editing, coming back just to finish up the video for the week because I actually didn't film all that much. It was my birthday week and I had a great week, so I did get up to a few bits and bobs, but I just didn't end up feeling like filming it and I just wanted to keep some of those moments to myself. I did actually film little snippets, which I've already included, so you'll get to have a little nosy at what we got up to. But basically on my birthday, we went a walk up Blackford Hill, which was bloody gorgeous. It was such a nice day. And it's just one of my favourite views over Edinburgh, and it's usually pretty quiet. It's one of our favourite places to take the dogs, and of course the dogs absolutely love it, because why wouldn't they? We just park at the back car park, I think it's the back, and then it's just pretty much let the dogs off, let them run, and it's straight up the steps. So it is quite a workout for the thighs and the calves, but once you're up there and it really only takes like five minutes, then yeah, the view is gorgeous. And we got a little family portrait. I made Joe and the dogs stand in the camera for me because I really wanted to keep it on camera for my memory. And other than that, we just went out for dinner. Joe had organised dinner and then drinks, but to be honest, wasn't really feeling drinks. To be honest, I just wasn't really feeling like drinking. It's not something I do very much these days. I'm not sure when it fizzled out, but I just don't enjoy it as much. I do like the occasional drink, especially if it's like an occasion where we're gonna go out and just enjoy ourselves for the evening, which I guess this would have been, but again, just wasn't feeling it. Or if I'm sitting at dinner and having a drink, I do love that, I can't lie. But the idea of going out and just getting drunk for the sake of it, to be honest, doesn't really interest me anymore. I don't know if that's an age thing, getting older, or if it's just not part of my personality. Either way, we didn't go, and we ended up staying in and having a cozy night in, which was so needed. I got to sit and knit, which was so much fun. I think I unraveled the start of my knitting about 8 times before I got it right, and even still, no idea if I did get it right. But if you wait until next week's video, I did just film a little progress shot of where I'm up to, and it is exciting and it's going well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Then I think the only other thing that was notable was we went to the cinema to see Avatar. And I have an unpopular opinion. I think it's unpopular. I actually have no idea. Maybe it's popular. But I just think no film needs to be over 3 hours long. I'm giving you time to process your thoughts on that. I just think 1.5 hours to 2 hours is the ideal length for a movie where it's got my attention and they usually can squeeze all the details into that time. And because they've squeezed it all in, it's not lagging and I'm not falling asleep like I did with Avatar. And that's not to say it was a bad movie. I actually really did enjoy it. I just don't enjoy sitting there on my bum for that long because I find it a little bit boring. I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, I did actually really enjoy the film. It was a bit repetitive, and apparently Joe was telling me that they've got more films planned. I did Google it and it said there's another 2 which would take us up to 2031, and I just don't know where they're going to go with it, to be honest, because they've just kind of repeated themselves for like 3 movies. So if they do it for another 2 times, I don't think I'm going to continue to watch. But yeah, I do want to go back to the cinema. I've kind of got the bug for it now. I want to go and watch Marty Supreme because apparently it's really good. And who knew a film about ping pong would catch my interest? Fuck, what's the name of it? Zootropolis 2. That film I really want to go and see. Zootropolis as a film on its own. Perfect cinema, if you ask me. And I feel like there was another film that I wanted to go and see. I used to have a Cineworld card back in the day. In fact, I had it for quite a while. And I just love going to the cinema to see different types of movies that, to be honest, I wouldn't actually watch at home because my attention span when it comes to watching movies on my TV while I've got distractions is just no good. And I say I didn't get up to much, but I guess that is quite a reasonable amount of stuff to get up to for the week. I did also mention previously, but last week was also my first week with a coach, and it went really well, to be honest, but it did take up a little bit more of my time than I thought it would. Just getting back into a different routine, I guess an old routine, because I did used to do similar stuff of going back to the gym and tracking meals, which, to be honest, is not my favorite way to pass my time, but you know what, you gotta do what you gotta do. And it does just take a little bit longer for me to get into that kind of routine. So if anyone has got any tips or tricks, then please do let me know. I've been absolutely obsessed with the New York Times app, which I've mentioned before on here. And also my new obsession is the Mob. Is it Mob Kitchen? It's just called Mob on my phone, but the Mob app, which has so many good bloody recipes. I have really been enjoying testing new recipes to introduce into like my usual rotation. And I have definitely found a few. I might actually pop a few up on the screen here. Dun, 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 dun. I definitely don't have that many, but I will actually put them on the screen here, just little screenshots, so you can see which ones I've been making and absolutely loving. There are a few that definitely probably won't make it into my rotation, but it's good to try them anyway. And the last thing I wanted to do, because it was my birthday week, I wanted to just do a little what I got for my birthday 2025. I just think it's such a fun video to film. I did it for my Christmas and I just want to keep it going because I am nosy as fuck and love to see what other people get, so I may as well share what I get. There's nothing crazy, but all of the gifts were super thoughtful and I absolutely love them. So starting off, it's actually wet because I have worn it, which you'll have seen in the video because I wore it on my birthday. But I saw this little, what would you call it, long sleeve kind of polo jumper in M&S and I loved it and I pointed it out and Joe must have remembered and he got it for me, which I love. It's just this little green stripy number. I actually have put it through the wash so it's still damp right now. But yeah, very cute. Love it. And perfect from going into the winter, spring months, I reckon, with that colour palette. Another thing Joe got me was, what would you call them? Like mini short welly boots. I have been looking for a pair of these for so long, just purely to take the dogs out and something to slip on. I do have a pair of long wellies, but to be honest, I absolutely hate putting them on, especially if I'm wearing any trousers other than leggings, because otherwise they just bunch your trousers up and it's just a sensory nightmare for me getting them off. So he got me this little pair of, what would you call them? Clip glue welly boots. I do need to get them in a slightly bigger size. I need to go up half a size, I reckon. Don't know if my feet have grown or what, but these are my usual size, but they just feel a little bit too tight. Do you know what I also love about them? So the way they came packaged, and I think that's maybe why they're called clip glue. It's Gloue. If that's not pronounced glue, then I don't know what is. But they basically came packaged on this giant carabiner. Is that what you call it? I think so. So you don't need any paper, cardboard, plastic, none of the above. And you've also got a carabiner to use for your adventures, which I think is genius. It's so good. It's also bloody huge. I don't think I've ever seen one this big, but I feel like it'll come in handy. The last thing he got me was 2 perfumes. We have been talking about the Essence Vault and like perfume knockoff dupes, I guess you could call them, for ages. And we were going to order some, but he actually got me some for my birthday, which is very nice. And these are the 2 that he went for. I think one of them is meant to be inspired by Lady Million or Paco Rabanne or something along those lines. And then the other one is Angel, which one of my favourite scents is the Angel Nova. I quite like a sweet scent, and it's just one of my favourites that every single time I'm in an airport, you better bet I'm spraying myself with it. Then from my friend Zoe, she got me this lovely little card. Which has all like sewing and crafty supplies on it, which is very up my street, and also goes with the rest of the little gifts that she selected out for me. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I really have been trying to get into knitting recently, and I clearly haven't stopped banging on about it because Zoe's present to me was pretty much purely based around knitting, which I am obsessed with. So she got me this wrist yarn holder. I'm not entirely sure how I use it, but I feel like you're meant to put the yarn on and then shove it on your wrist, and then it means that you can kind of knit wherever you are. She then also got me some wooden circular needles, which are 5mm with a 60cm cable. And I have interchangeable needles, but I don't actually have this size of cable, so that is perfect if I do need to change. And I actually currently am working on 5mm at the moment, so love that as well. Plus, I really do want to try using wooden needles because I got metal ones and I just took a guess in the dark at which type of needles that I would prefer, because obviously you kind of need to trial them so that you know which ones you like best. So yeah, all mine are metal, so I'm going to see what the wooden ones feel like knitting with them. And down the same theme, she actually got me some stitch markers, which I actually am already using. I did not realise that when you're knitting, stitch markers are very much a crucial part of your kit that you need. But yeah, I've already taken them out of the packaging, and because I'm already using them in the project I'm working on, I'm literally using 9 out of the 10, so there's only 1 left on the charm. But they look like this, and they're actually all a bit different, which has already proven to be very helpful for knowing which stitch markers are for what. So I was very chuffed with this present because it came in handy literally right away. Love that. She also got me some special yarn. I actually don't know the brand. I feel like she said it was from somewhere down in the Borders, but I might be wrong. And this is all that's on the label. So if you can make out where that's from, then good on you. Let me know down below. But it is super soft. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. And yeah, I freaking love this. So thank you, Zoe, if you're watching. I also forgot to mention one of Zoe's kids recently got into sewing. I'm sure she got a sewing machine for her Christmas. And look what she made me for my birthday. This is the sweetest thing ever. It's a little scrunchie. And if I pull it apart, you'll be able to see there's little bees and little leaves all across it, which is super sweet, so I still need to wear this. Joe's mum and dad got me this gorgeous scarf, super soft. It's almost like a brownie, reddy, maroony tartan, which I'm sure will come in. It's super handy during the winter months because it is freezing. And they also got me this giant candle, which just smells like fresh laundry, which I'm sure I will be burning any day now to make the flat smell lovely, like fresh washing. In fact, it's actually called Laundry Day, I just realised. And the scents on it are eucalyptus, lemon and jasmine. You can never go wrong with a candle, can you? My family have also got me something, but they keep updating me because the delivery status on it is so funny. My mum phoned me in a panic. Was it at the start of last week or maybe the end of the week before? And she had told me that the gift she had ordered for me hadn't come, and she was so stressed about it because she made it clear that she ordered it way far in advance. Not that it matters, honestly. It's just the thought that counts. But we were having a right giggle because she had FaceTimed me after she had emailed the company to be like, where is this? We need it by this date. And they had got back in touch with an email saying that it was going to be due on the 1st of April 2026. And we were laughing because you could literally go to space and back or go around the world multiple times in that time frame. So yeah, we were just having a good old giggle about that. I'm still not entirely sure what it is, but actually I think at this point they've given me enough hints that I might have an idea, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut until I see it. And I will, of course, show you when it comes because I'm sure it will be lovely. But yeah, slightly different video this week. I definitely didn't film out and about as much, but to be honest, I'm not really that set on what kind of stuff I want to film every week. I just want to share bits and bobs that I find interesting. And yeah, it's been quite nice sitting down, having a good old natter to the camera and to you. Next week, which is actually this week for me because it is already Tuesday, I have quite a fun week planned. So you've got a fun video to look forward to. I'm going to bring you along to all the different bits and bobs that I've got planned so that you can see what the average week is like for a content person in Edinburgh, I guess. It is also Burns week this week on the weekend, which means there are plenty of foodie plans going on and I'm sure plenty of haggis that will be eaten. And I am going to check out for now and I will see you on the next one. Bye.